I don't know. Charlie, I don't know about Charlie. He's not my cup of tea.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Shannon Show. Hello if you're new. So today I have with me a special guest, Elly from Love Island USA Season 3. And we're going to get into it because obviously we only get to see an hour every day. So hopefully Elly's going to give us her point of view, things from her perspective. Let's get into it. So obviously you get the call. You're going on Love Island. How are you feeling about your potential on the show coming in at that specific point?
So I actually didn't know what point I was coming in the show because we have to quarantine for 2 weeks. But when I found out I was going in at that point, I didn't think too much about it, to be honest. I was really happy that I was going in with 2 other girls, and that's all that I could really think about. Like, okay, we're coming in, we're going to feel empowered. And then it wasn't until I got there that I was kind of like, darn, like these people have already formed such genuine connections with each other. But it wasn't hard to get into their friend group and stuff. At first, it was kind of discouraging because you're like, oh, they've all been together with the exception of Charlie since the beginning of the show. Will they like us? Will they let us in? But they were all really accepting. And actually, like by the second day, you're like, how long have I known these people? Like it seemed like you've known them forever.
So at that point, obviously you did settle in. We saw you settle in quite well. But at that point, were you kind of like, oh, I should have just went in as an OG?
I don't know if I would have wanted to be there from the very beginning, but I definitely wish I was in there earlier to form those connections. And, I would have liked to be in there a little longer because I did get close with everybody. But it is what it is, Yeah. I made the most of my time in there.
And then obviously getting in there, the only available connections were Jeremy, Corey, and Charlie. Out of the 3, who, after like getting to know them a bit, who was your top option?
My top option was Corey because of his personality. Jeremy wasn't even on my radar because he's a great guy. He's actually very hilarious in person, but he looks like a buff version of my stepdad. I'm sure you've heard me say that before. So I was just like, couldn't unsee it.
Oh.
But so it was Corey because of his personality.
So then obviously, as we saw, it kind of seemed like you and Alana were kind of left hanging before Andre and Casey came in. At that point, how were you feeling?
At that point, to be honest, the second day, I kind of had a little breakdown. I was feeling, at that point, I didn't know how I was feeling. I'm like, why am I feeling all these emotions? What's going on? And it was because I was kind of disappointed that I wasn't feeling a connection with anybody. And I kind of knew pretty soon after the day where we had the dates that these guys were just going to be my friends, which is awesome, but it's called Love Island.
Yeah.
So once I accepted that I can just get to know these people as friends and just to embrace the friendship, I started feeling better and I was able to settle in pretty quickly.
Obviously, you didn't make that connection. Why do you think that was initially?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I definitely, at first, the guys, I just think that they weren't for me. I'm someone who's so focused on personality. I love somebody who's goofy, who can match my energy. And I just had a gut feeling that my person was not in there. And I don't know. I really thought I was open to meeting somebody. And I don't know. Maybe my person just wasn't in there.
Yeah. So then obviously, then Casey came in.
Yeah.
And then it looked like something might happen, but then you ultimately, we saw you friend zoning him.
Yeah.
Why did you ultimately decide, this wasn't it?
Yeah, I was really excited when Casey came in. He was very attractive, but I decided to friend zone him because our conversations were not flowing, and I was just like, I just want to be straight up with this guy. I don't want to feel like he's being led on in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, we just weren't getting along, and we didn't really talk that much. I think that he was a little nervous, and we actually talked more at the airport than inside the villa, which is crazy. Because I asked him about it, and I think he was just nervous inside of the villa being around cameras. But he is a great guy, and I wish I would have saw his personality more inside the villa. He was kind of quiet.
And the friend zoning, was it mutual? Or was it one-sided?
I think that we were both catching the same thing. I don't think that he felt like he could talk to me. I know I was being a little cold. And that wasn't intentional. I was just like, I was just kind of upset. I was like, why am I not finding a connection in here? I want our conversation to flow, mutual.
And then obviously after that, what was your kind of plan moving forward? Because obviously it's Love Island. You have, to stay in, you have to be coupled up with someone. Were you thinking, let me try something with someone else, or were you waiting for someone else to come in?
Right. At that point, I kind of knew. I was like, if there's an elimination, I'm going to get sent home, because I was very open to the girls and guys about my feelings. And the 5 boys who were in there before, they were kind of now focusing on their couples, and I had already friend zoned those guys before the 2 new guys came in. And Andre, he just wasn't my type. So I didn't really have a plan. It was just to stay in the moment, focus on building your friendships, and get all that you can out of this experience without finding the romantic connection that I was there for, which sucks. But yeah, my plan was just to live in the moment, and I knew when I got sent home that it was going to be me. I was not surprised at all.
You weren't surprised?
I was not surprised at all. No.
Do you think maybe if it was a public vote, maybe you could have been saved?
I do think if it was a public vote, I could have been saved, only because of the Cash and Charlie situation.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, they were right to send us home. There was not going to be a romantic connection between me and Casey, and it is Love Island. So, yeah, they were right to do that.
You chose to be your most authentic self. Was there at any point the voice in your head saying, maybe just be a bit more strategic?
No, not at all. I often forgot that cameras were even there. And yeah, I was there to find a genuine connection. So if I were to be strategic about it, it just wouldn't be genuine. It wouldn't be me. I have no regrets.
And in terms of providing insight in the house, because obviously you were there in first person, the big kind of question mark that seems to be on everyone's lips is Will and Kira, particularly Will's character being called into question. Can you speak on Will's character?
I can't speak on Will's character. I thought that he was a great guy. I saw nothing but genuine feelings between the two of them while I was in there. When I was in there, I didn't try and get to know their relationship, though. I got to know Will and Kira as separate people, not as a couple. It's not my relationship, so I didn't need to be focused on it. I didn't want to insert my opinions. And I know some of the girls in there had more opinions, and they've been with Will and Kira since day one. But I just wanted to get to know them as separate people so I could build the friendships with them.
Do you think the girls are too invested in their relationship?
I don't think they're too invested in their relationship. I think they're trying to be protective over their friend, which I can understand. But at the end of the day, nobody really knows what's going on between two people except for the two people. So.
Do you think the scrutiny is a bit unfair on Will?
I think that, yeah, I do, to be honest. But it's tricky, if this is it kind of seems to be this opinion is universal. So I'm like, am I missing something? But like I said, I never really followed their relationship. I wanted to get to know them as people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then obviously another kind of relationship question mark. Obviously you were there when it ended with Cachet and Charlie. Were you shocked that Charlie sent Cachet home?
I was shocked when Charlie sent Cash home. It was dead silence with the exception of Andre clapping.
Oh my gosh.
I know, like, read the room, bro.
Yeah, and he kept clapping. I was like, please stop.
I know, like, you're not getting it after the first
Yeah.
I know he was trying to be supportive of Charlie because he knew that was a hard decision of him, but it was the wrong time. I don't know if they showed my face, but we were all like,
yeah, everyone was like, what the hell? I was like, what the hell? I was like, really, Charlie?
Even Alana, she thought she was going home. She was like, I really thought I was going home tonight. She was shocked. So, yeah, I think we were all taken aback.
After that, Charlie's character was called into question. Mm-hmm. Can you speak on Charlie's character?
Charlie is the guy in the house that I spoke with the least. Yeah, I don't know much about Charlie's character. I don't like, and I also don't really even know how the whole Cash thing was handled. I think it was weird. And it was also weird to me that Alana didn't even know that she was going to be picked. So, you know, I don't have much of an opinion on it, except for I think that it is that, you know, the way he went about things is a little weird.
Yeah. I think it was more than weird, but that's just my
opinion. I don't know. I don't even know what the word is, but yeah. For Alana to not even know she thought she was going home. So it's like, what were you telling and who?
Mm-hmm. And what were you thinking?
Yeah, and I don't know. Charlie, I don't know about Charlie. He's not my cup of tea.
And then, I feel like Charlie is no one's cup of tea, it seems like, to be honest.
I just want to see like more personality.
Yeah.
And if that's not him, that's not him, you know.
Yeah.
But not my cup of tea.
And then the final relationship I want to bring up is obviously Olivia and Corey, because that's quite a new relationship. A lot of people aren't buying it. Do you think that they generally like each other on a romantic level? I
really do think they like each other on a romantic level. I'm definitely rooting for them. I saw chemistry in the villa 100%. So I think that maybe people are just thinking it's weird because they both had similar journeys, like the exact same. And people might be thinking it's out of convenience. But when I was in the villa, I saw actual chemistry, and I saw how Olivia spoke about him and how Corey spoke about her. So I'm rooting for them. I am.
And overall, who are you rooting to win?
I would say Corey and Olivia. I love that they started off as friends. I often feel like that's how the best relationships start. And like I said, I did see their genuine chemistry in the villa. So that's who I'm voting for. Obviously, everybody. I want everybody to, come out of here, come out of the villa with their person. But I think there's something special with Olivia and Corey.
So that's the end of my line of questioning. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Bye.